Good morning. Happy Monday. I've got a cough drop in my mouth. It is 7:44 a.m., 68 degrees, and it's sunny. I see no clouds. Now, some areas the county had some rain last night. I don't think we had any. It didn't look like it. And it's supposed to get into the 50s tonight or early in the morning. Yay! So that's good. Today's supposed to be in the 80s. And I think tomorrow maybe the same. I'm not sure. But I know it's not supposed to be back into the 90s for a few days. Anyway. Now I have my new sunglasses. They are a little bit tight at the moment, but they'll loosen up. I need to not play with them and they won't break. But I have this habit of playing with stuff when I'm talking, because y'all know I might have that thing that starts with an A, or it's either just when I'm on camera. I don't know. That's right. I don't know. So I didn't watch a whole lot this weekend on YouTube. There's nothing really coming out that excites me that much. I went back to Traveling Robert, which I haven't watched in a long time. I saw that Big Travels put out a highlight video of Alaska. You know, and I'm just going to be real with this. I'm sure Alaska is beautiful, and I love cold weather. But that's just not some place that's ever been on my list of that I would like to see. I don't know why. I definitely don't want to take a cruise to Alaska. And I guess I'm just different than some people. And I know a lot of people that would, they'd love it there. That's where they would go back. But it's just never been my thing. But as I say, each to their own. I know someone else that says, you do you, but I prefer each to their own. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, so I saw Denny Hamlin. I didn't watch much of the race yesterday. I was taking a nap. There was one night that I didn't sleep very well because I was coughing. Now, since then, I have been putting Vicks Vapor Rub on my chest and my feet, and the cough goes away. Imagine that. I'm also using, I'm not going to get into that. That'll be something medical, and I'm not going to do anything medical today because I just don't feel that I should. I don't want to give people advice, or people think that I'm giving them advice, because I'm not. But I do things that probably some people would say is bad. So anyway, we'll just move on from that. So I saw where Tim had a title of a video about UFOs. He's grasping. I mean, he's hoping that title's going to get him up in the algorithm. And hey, it might. But I did some thinking this weekend. Not that I think about Tim every minute, like some people think that I do. We went to Blowing Rock Saturday. Now, I did film a little bit, but when I look back at it, it was kind of not much there. I should have been better at it. But that was the night Friday night was the night that I coughed a lot. And I also was wheezing kind of bad. And I kept wondering, could you pick up the wheezing on my videos? Even though I wasn't talking because I was going to do voiceovers. But when I get in a crowd like that, y'all, it bothers me to film other people. And I know people do it all the time. And I know that I'm not one to go in and, do out faces and all that stuff. That I don't know, I have a hard time with it. And then I filmed a guy that was singing. And I don't know if any of you know Wonderwall, which is one of the songs I sing at karaoke, because it's okay to be out of tune on that song. And he was doing a great job. You would have thought it was the original artist. And, you know, he's playing the guitar, and I did film a little bit of it. I may put it up here, and then I don't know if I'll get any copyright. I might. If I do, and if it's one of those I can share, I'll just leave it. But anyway, he was really good. And it's Art in the Park at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. This is something they have in the spring. In the summer and fall. It starts in June. This was the first one in June, and then it'll be monthly until October, I think. They may end it in September. I'm not positive. But let me tell you, honey, most every piece of art up there was thousands of dollars. It was not... it was beautiful, and if I had the money, there was a couple pieces that I would definitely consider. But, you know, I'm not in that wealth. And it's okay that I'm not. I'm just saying that, you know, if you want to go to this place, you have to know, if you're in the ballpark of me being what I consider lower middle class, in the pay scale, let's say that, then just know you're going to be doing a lot of looking. Unless that's your thing and you like to collect art and you save for it. That's different. Everybody has their little things that they save for. I save for stupid stuff that I shouldn't, because that art would gain some value probably. So, you see, I'm not a good investor. I'm no better off than the Florida man. Anyway, well, I am a little bit better off with it. I have some real estate. All right, now, what else did I want to talk about him? Oh, his views. Y'all, I just don't believe they're real. I'm not saying he's doing anything to manipulate, because I've said before, anybody can buy those views. What if there's somebody out there doing it just to play with his mind? Not me. I'm not doing it. What if, you know, I'm just saying, what if? What if? Because I don't believe they're real. Now, I am taking screenshots of his live counts. Talking about subscribers. And I may do a video on that one day. It will be, I'll have to really edit it down, because it will take a long time. I'll have to do a PowerPoint on what I feel like has been going on. And why he hasn't dropped under 67,200. But in the scheme of things, who cares? That's what I don't understand, is why does people care? Evidently, I must care a little bit, or I wouldn't be keeping up with it. I don't know. I know I need to stop. And he's talking about people always playing with their phone. Well, heck, I'm playing with my sunglasses right now. These that I don't really care. I like them okay, but they're not my favorite. He plays with his phone all the live long time. He don't care to film strangers. Or people that, you know, I guess he gets these people that, he claims he talks to these people that they always have lots of money, and then he claims he's going to do it. He's not a bit more going to the Philippines than I am, and I'm not going to the Philippines. I'm not going anywhere out of the United States, and I don't think he is. Then you have him talking about Peter Frampton, and I had to bring that up the other day. You know, that he's talking about Peter Frampton. He's never mentioned Peter Frampton that I can remember. If he did, it was one of those videos I didn't watch. Sorry about the cough. That's why I started yelling. I quit that. It's always getting hot in here. And I can start singing that song. Anyway, I've got 80s. I got the 80s on in my car when I'm traveling driving Dave crazy. He can't stand it. And I'm like, well, when we do a road trip, you just need to bring your headset and listen to your music. Sometimes I'll put it on the wrestling channel. He gets so upset about that. I'm like, well, when you drive, you can play what you want to, and I'll have my headset on. But no, he said, oh, I'll live with it, because he don't want to drive. I do not understand why he does not want to drive any. I thought most men like to drive. I don't know. Maybe if it was his vehicle, but I've told him it's his vehicle if something happens to me. So, I mean, anyway, that's neither here nor there, I guess. Just something I thought I'd bring up. The other thing is that I realize the more I get out on the weekends when it's so hot, is that I'm old. And I hate to say that, but I am. I'm old. And I remember when my mom was in her 60s, and she would tell me that I was just going to have to do something by myself. She just couldn't do it. And I just couldn't understand why. But now I know why. And I'm not going to say that things change. Things change from 62 to 66, from 60 to 66, or whatever. I don't care what anybody says. And then it starts scaring me sometimes when I think, well, what's it going to be like at 70? If I make it to 70. I might not make it to 70. I know I'm getting down again. I'm getting on that depression stuff. They gotta stop. Gotta stop. In other news, the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. The Carolina Hurricanes. The Canes. That's what everybody calls them. I'm not really that. I don't follow hockey. But I got into it there a little bit at the end. And I didn't see anybody tearing up the streets in Raleigh, because that's where their home base is. But I wonder if there was any, because there's been quite a bit of crime in Raleigh, downtown Raleigh, lately. But I didn't see any. Maybe the news just hasn't shown it yet. Now, I did see up in New York that some guy out there with a Spurs shirt on, I think, got beat up pretty bad. But now, I would think you don't wear a Spurs shirt there. But I know people, they like to be rebels, but sometimes you just don't. You got to be careful when you want to be a rebel. You got to learn the right place to be a rebel when it comes to sports. Just saying. Just saying. All right, that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go in. I was boring today because I don't really have much to say. Just making stuff up as I come along, what I think of. But I hope y'all have a great week. And I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.